It's the Giants in Visalia here this week. Joe Ritzo, joined now by one of the Giants' starting pitchers, Mason Black, our player spotlight this week. Mason, thanks for taking the time to join me today.
Of course, Joe. Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure being here.
Well, tell me about, in particular, your first start, because not only was it your season debut, it was your professional debut. You were drafted last year, didn't pitch in the complex league, at least in a game, and you get out there and you have a phenomenal 4-inning start against Modesto, 7 strikeouts. How did it feel, and what was kind of your emotions going into that start as well?
It was a long time coming, I would say. It's been over 11 months, I think, since the last time I threw. So just going into that, I wanted to go out there and have fun again with the game of baseball. Just go out there and kind of, I guess, remind myself about why I'm here, why I really like this game. Just, it's very exciting to compete and go out there and have fun with your friends, your teammates, those guys that you were drafted with. So really enjoyed it.
When you're in a start like that, it's your first time in almost a year. You're at the pro level for the first time. Are you battling extra adrenaline, nerves? I mean, how do you combat that, especially early in a start like that?
I think the nerves are always there. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was in Little League or if it were high school or coming into pro ball. You're always going to have nerves going into a game. I think that's just something you kind of learn to love. Mm-hmm. And it's just a matter of breathing, remembering your routine, and really taking into account all the work that you've done prior to that to make you be the best version of yourself on that day.
Well, this is year one for you, and you jump right into a full season league, 132 games, getting the ball every 5th day now. What are the real big points of emphasis for you as you embark on this journey here at the start of your professional career?
I think it's really just stay healthy, keep working, and constantly improve throughout the season. You know, you're going to have your ups and downs as is, but it's just remaining level-headed and doing what you're supposed to, kind of keeping doing your best with where your feet are.
Visiting with Mason Black here on the Giants pregame show before the Giants and the Visalia Rawhide. Mason, I was reading about your time in high school. You grew up in Pennsylvania, and it said that you were primarily a catcher, at least for a while in your baseball career, and it wasn't really until your junior year that you focused on pitching full-time. That's pretty unusual, the sense that here you are a few years later pitching at the professional level. Take us back to that time where you made the transition from catching to pitching. What kind of brought it all about for you?
It was more of a defensive specialist at catcher. I'm not gonna lie about that. If you needed, I was just telling Joe earlier, if you needed a little slap hit to the right side or a bunt or a suicide squeeze, I was your guy, but anything to the outfield was not happening. So I think that's what kind of pushed them to push me into the pitching role, and from then on I started closing, moved into a starter role my junior year of high school, and then from then on I've just been chucking it. They keep me out of the batter's box as much as possible.
So
Thank God.
Universal DH is an okay thing for you. So, I mean, 2 years in high school pitching, 3 years in college, now starting your pro career. You really haven't been doing it for very long. What are the most important things that you've learned about the art of pitching as you've picked this up here these last few years?
I think the biggest thing is there's no one right way to do something, and there are so many special cases that no one is the same, and it's really cool, and that's the exciting thing about pitching. It's more of an art than it is one base model on a way to go ahead and do something. And I think that's what I really enjoy. There's always something else to learn out there, or something to try, which is always fun.
We're here with Mason Black, and Mason, in college, you pitched at Lehigh. You had a great career, pitcher of the year, set a strikeout record, obviously a high draft pick. What was the experience like pitching there? A little bit of a smaller school. Did you feel like maybe difficult to get noticed at some point before you really broke out later in your career?
I'm not sure if it was that. I loved my time at Lehigh. Still great friends with everybody there. I think it honestly made me the pitcher that I am today, just having that experience, having, obviously the pitching coaches that I've been through, but also the players that I've been with throughout my time there. So loved every second of it, and big shout out to Lehigh. It's helped me get where I am.
Absolutely, the highest drafted pitcher in school history. And you're a part of, I know what the Giants are very hopeful, will be a very special pitching draft class. The Giants took pitchers with their first 9 picks last year, and almost all those guys are here in San Jose, a part of this excellent staff. Talk about kind of the relationship that you have with your draft mates and what it's like being a part of this San Jose staff right now.
It's really fun being a part of that draft class. The majority of our guys are college guys, and whether you played at Mississippi State or Lehigh, everyone has a similar college baseball experience and some stories to go with it, which is always fun. And then just taking that and putting it on like a bigger stage, I would say, in professional baseball. It's a lot of fun getting to work next to those guys and learn from everyone.
All right, and how are you settling into to San Jose, being in the Bay Area, and the kind of unique aspect of also being so close to the big league team geographically?
It's fun. I mean, I haven't ventured much out because I don't have a car out here yet. But the apartment situation is awesome. Been loving San Jose. The field is top notch, so can't complain at all about it. It's nice being able to cook too. To say.
Well, there you go, Mason. We appreciate the time. Congrats on a great start to your professional career, and all the best here this season.
Thank you a ton, Joe. Been a pleasure.
All right, that's Giants starting pitcher Mason Black. He'll be on the mound here a little bit later on in this series in Visalia. Giants baseball here from Valley Strong Ballpark is coming up next.